The Good Spell Book, Love Charms, Magical Cures, and other practical sorcery. The Good Spell Book. Collected and written by Gillian Kemp. To my father, Mike, mother, Ruth, and Spirit, sisters, Lynette and Allison, brother Nigel, my faithful Yorkshire Terrier, Daisy May, and her godmother, Katie Boyle, to my agent, Chelsea, publisher, Faith, and to the one I love, thank you also to Peter Ingram at the Romani Folklore Museum. About the Romanis. The Aztecs, Homer's Greece, the England of King Arthur, and legions of other ancient cultures have long since vanished, but the Romanis, known in North America simply as gypsies, survived miraculously, providing us a flesh and blood link with the roots of civilization. This tribe of nomads, which originated in the Hindu Kush region of Kashmir in Afghanistan, and began its wandering more than a millennium ago, first set foot in Western Europe 6 centuries ago. At once they became objects of wonder, hatred, and controversy. They have remained so until this day, bringing with them the exotic traditions and dialects of far-flung cultures. They became known as skillful storytellers, musicians, and fortune tellers. They were gifted and enthusiastic practitioners of palmistry, crystallomancy, and many other forms of divination, including tarot card reading, which they claim to have introduced in Europe in 1427. In the Victorian era, they began traveling in gloriously ornate horse-drawn wagons or caravans, known as bardos, which captured the public's imagination and inspired countless paintings, poems, novels, and children's stories. Though highly romanticized, the Romanis have always been widely mistrusted and persecuted for their ways. They eventually incorporated Christianity into their cultural traditions, and some became less conspicuous by adopting non-gypsy names. Many became skillful tinsmiths, coppersmiths, and blacksmiths. In the British Isles, society remains puzzled by the wanderers in its midst. Are they really a unique race of healers and clairvoyants? Or are they charlatans and parasites? Whatever the case, Romanis remain apart from the rest of us, indifferent to our electronic culture and clinging as best they can to age-old customs, courtship rites, and dialect, despite episodes of harsh persecution, including Hitler's extermination of 500,000 gypsies before and during the Second World War. Romani communities are still to be found the length and breadth of Europe and deep inside the former Soviet Union. In Britain today, barely a dozen families are to be found wandering the country in horse-drawn wagons. In a decade or so, there may be none at all. If so, rural life would be much, much the poorer, for Romanis are true friends of the earth. With their nomadic existence, they have lived closer to nature for longer than anyone else, and they are among the last free spirits on the face of the globe. A few words of advice for amateur spellcasters. This bewitching collection of spells draws from the great cache of magical lore of the Romanis, supreme practitioners of the divination and the mystic arts. The Romanis' common spells for attracting health and wealth, love and luck, are a treasure trove for all who believe. All of these spells are simple and easy to follow, using everyday ingredients such as string, coins, paper, and candles. Even the more exotic requirements, tarot cards, quartz crystals, and the recommended herbs and oils such as rosemary, lemon, and sandalwood are now widely available. Keep some Romani advice in mind when you work these spells. By aligning your energies with the lunar cycle and tapping into the natural tides and currents of life, you will increase the effectiveness and power of your spells, because the moon turns the tide, and our bodies are mainly composed of water. We wax and wane with the moon. Generally, psychic energy is highest when the moon is waxing or becoming full, and weakest when it's waning, diminishing in size. When casting spells to attract someone or something into your life, tune into the natural flow by working when the moon is waxing from new to full. The new moon is dark for 3 days before it appears as a crescent, and you should wait to work new moon spells until the crescent can be seen. For banishing spells to remove negativity and bad situations, you should work with the waning moon. Remember, the most important ingredient of any spell is love. Thought and prayer are very powerful. And what makes the magic work is faith. Any spell you cast should come from the heart, and you should direct your thoughts like an arrow toward a target. Many of the spells included here are fueled by candle flame and practice that has its origin in fire worship. Romanis guard their fire carefully against wind and rain, not only for practical purposes of cooking and warmth, but because fire can be both a purifying agent and a destroying demon. The minerals, herbs, flowers, oils used in these spells also evoke nature's forces and form specific link from heaven to earth. Their subtle vibration brings results. A few of these spells call for a crystal ball. In these cases, you can use a magnifying glass instead, or a glass or metal bowl filled with water. If you're lucky, you may be able to find hollow, transparent glass floats used by deep-sea fishermen in antique shops. Crystal gazers, also as scryers, recommend keeping the globe clean while using warm, soapy water is fine. A solution of water in brandy or simple running water is preferred. Among Romanis, the crystal ball is a sacred object, and they discourage the merely curious from handling it. If its energy appears to be dwindling, Expose it to the waxing moon for 3 consecutive nights, concluding on the night of a full moon. Do not be disillusioned if you feel that your spell has failed to work. It may only be your impatience which makes you doubt. Doubt is inverted faith, and nature cannot be rushed. Spells work in spirit's time. What is sent out mentally leaves an etheric trace, which adds power to the spell when repeated or reworded. Again, faith in the spell intensifies the imagination and supports what is willed. Both words and thoughts are a powerful vibratory force. You must believe that what you wish for will come true. Love. Romani lore includes a vast array of powerful love spells. Collected here are time-honored methods of bewitching a lover, bringing one closer, and letting one down easy. The greater your passion when you cast these spells, the better the results. Your heart's desire. You have met someone you desire. According to the Romanis, this spell will ensure that he or she responds. First, gather a fresh rose and 2 red candles, and find out the time of sunrise the next morning. Just before you go to sleep, place a red candle on each side of the rose. The next morning at sunrise, take the rose outside or sit by an open window facing east, keeping the rose in front of you. Inhale the perfume and say aloud, "This rose is for true love. True love, come to me." Now go back indoors and put the rose in its original position. Light the candles and imagine love burning in the heart of the one you long for. Keep the candles lit day and night until the rose fades. If they are extinguished, the incantation will be broken. When the rose is dead, pinch out the candles and bury the rose. To win the heart of the one you love, write the name of the one you love on the base of an onion bulb. Plant it in earth in a new pot. Place the pot on a windowsill, preferably facing the direction in which your sweetheart lives. Over the bulb, repeat the name of the one you desire morning and night until the bulb takes root, begins to shoot, and finally blooms. Say the following incantation daily. May its roots grow. May its leaves grow. May its flowers grow. And as it does so, may the name of this person's love grow. Love charm. Rosemary symbolizes remembrance. It is ruled by the sun, and according to the Romanis, is representative of people born under the zodiac sign Aries. So the following love charm is particularly effective on people born under the sign of the Ram in April or May. true lover I shall keep. The rosemary will dry with time, and its life force will fade. When you feel your spell has brought the one you want closer, burn the heart in a fire, thinking while you do it with the flames of passion. To find a lover. To find a lover on the day of a new moon, cut a red heart out of new red crepe paper or card. If you have a wild rose, use a fallen petal that is heart-shaped. Take a clean sheet of white paper, and with the pen no one else has used, write on it this incantation. As this red heart glows in candlelight, I draw you, lover, closer to me this night. Then bathe and change into night clothes. When you're ready, light a red candle and read the spell aloud. Hold the heart in front of the flame and let the candlelight shine upon it. Then place the heart and spell in a new envelope and seal it with wax from the candle. Conceal the envelope and leave it undisturbed for one cycle of the moon, which is 28 days from the date you began your spell. By the time the moon is new, there should be new love in your life. To attract the one you love. On a Friday evening, light a white votive candle and place it in a glass cup or in a lantern. Imagine that the flame is a bright flame of love burning within your lover's heart, and that the lantern is your lover's torso. As you stare into the flame, will the flame to rise? Your own passion will make it happen, and when it does, think of your emotions pouring into the flame. Think positively of your lover, and draw him or her into the warmth of the candle flame. As it rises and diminishes, say the following: May this flame of passion burn within your heart. From me you will not part. Leave the candle to burn itself out. Repeat the spell on consecutive nights until you receive the communication from your lover that you desire. To strengthen attraction. If you love someone, but sense he or she is not equally passionate about you, try this spell. To attract their affection, you need a few strands of their hair and a rose-scented incense cone or stick. Light the incense and repeat the name of the one you love for several times, saying that you wish them to love you. Hold the hair on the burning cone or incense until it frizzles away. As the hair burns, think of their indifference disappearing and being replaced by passion. Leave the cone incense to burn out. You can also try this alternative spell. First, get a packet of seeds and a pot of soil in which to grow them. To find a copper object that appeals to you, a penny will work. On a night when the moon is waxing, go outside and hold the penny in the moonlight. The Romani